Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another sports rant. I'm your host, Max Gallegos, and today we will be reacting quickly to Super Wild Card Weekend. What a wild card weekend it was. Kind of a letdown, those last couple of games, kind of a little bit of boredom. But you know what? That'll get us excited for the next couple of games. Here in my notes, oh gosh. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the week on Saturday. We had a couple of just absolutely awesome games. Just got sorry. The Chicago Bears. The Bears were legit. What a legit game that was. Um, Down 21-6 in the fourth quarter. Caleb Williams is maybe the most, if not the second most talented quarterback in the league right now. His throw on 4th and 8, that was just an absolute fucking dime. Rolling left and then just throwing an absolute fucking seed was on 4th and 8 for a conversion, and that was essentially the game. That was insane. The comeback was just incredible by by the Bears. That was just it was kind of a weird. It was a weird weekend for sure. Um, that was probably the highlight of my weekend though, was watching that game. Uh, because it was just like, oh, this is just cinema. Caleb Williams is that good and that Like, I've never seen quite that. That was a performance to watch and to witness. It was pretty cool. The Rams eked out against the Panthers. That was kind of weird. It was definitely weird. I was watching it. I was like, wow, the Panthers are gonna beat them twice, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, the Rams are Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl favorites, Super Bowl favorites. That's what we've been hearing. That's what I've been telling you. That's what everybody's like, oh, MVP, Matt Stafford, blah, blah, blah. Humbug. The Carolina Panthers have exposed the biggest weakness that the LA Rams have, and that is their secondary. And their defense in general is just not that good. Kind of average to what we've expected from Jared Verse and the rest of these guys. They don't really look that threatening, especially to the Bears team. They will be playing the Bears on, what is it? I took a screenshot of it, but I'm using my phone to record right now, so I'm gonna double check. Um, they will be playing on Sunday night, so that one will be kind of a wild divisional round game. Um, the uh, that will just be fun. I think my prediction for Rams Bears is just it to be a shootout. I think the Rams special teams is their biggest liability. I think like with all the Bears triumphs, their biggest flaw is their defense. And their left tackle went down, so there is a lot of. I wouldn't be shocked if the Rams pulled it off and won, but the Bears have Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson, and they look really fucking good right now. And I would be scared to play them. I would not want to play them. And with their ability to throw the football down the field, I think Colston Loveland is going to have a massive game. I think Puka Nacua is also going to have a really big game as well, just because neither of them can cover, and it's just going to be an absolute barn burner and just a thriller to watch. And the other game from the weekend was Bills Jaguars. This one happened yesterday. Um, on Sunday rather. Um, Bills win 27-24. Josh Allen just kind of does this kind of like, I think uh Colin Cowherd put it best. He does like very much a LeBron impression, where it's like, yeah, my team's not nearly as good as yours. I don't have as many players, but I'm the best player in this game, and you can't fucking stop me. He took a tush push for 10 fucking yards. I was severely wrong about the Bills. That was that was my bad. I will take that L on the chest because that was yeah. I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh yeah, the Jags defense is too good, and the Jags defense was good against the run. Forced James Cook to only 46 yards on 15 carries. They were incredible. But Josh Allen was like, the defense, I just need you to give me the ball again once, and that's all they needed because Trevor Lawrence had 18 for 30, 207 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks. That's really the 2 picks are the difference in that game. I was like, what the fuck? Because Khalil Shakir is their leading is a like because if you look at this, I'm looking at the stats. Josh Allen is literally this offense. Khalil Shakir, 82 yards on 12 catches. He did good. Brandon Cooks, 58 yards on 3. Did good, right? Keon Coleman had a good catch, but like outside of like Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid are good, but they're not like the offense is Josh Allen. And it is Superman Cape. It kind of feels a little bit like, yeah, like 2018 LeBron. Or it's like just well, there's you can't really do anything. It's Josh Allen. And that's really impressive, and that's where I was big and wrong on that one. So yeah, congrats. The Jags, there was actually a moment in there too, a little bit of controversy that I'll talk about a bit later with the reporter of the Jags reporter and Liam Cohen. Um, anyway, moving on. Uh, the Niners make it so that the Eagles will not repeat this season. Brock Purdy played his ass off in this game. He did throw 2 picks, but he was just electric. Kyle Shanahan deserves a lot of credit for it too, because of the he drew up a play for Juwan Jennings to throw a touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey, and I was like, oh my, it's like hey, there's levels to this shit. You look at the difference between Kyle Shanahan's play calling and Kevin Petula's, the offensive coordinator for the Eagles, and it is like night and day. Because you like with the game on the line, 4th and 11, you need a first down. This is the season. If they call a timeout, they're they put their heads together. They're like, okay, this is going to be the play that will define whether we win and go on. Right? This is the season, and they call 4 verticals. Dead ass. Go look at the play. They literally called what I would call in Madden 4 verticals. Everybody just runs straight. What the fuck? AJ Brown was non-existent in this game, and it baffles me how the Eagles have like this wealth of talent, and they can't get a first down. They had so many damn 3-and-outs in this game. I was so confused. I was like, how? Your defense is giving you opportunities after 2 picks that Brock Purdy threw. Not perfect, but Brock Purdy did throw picks. They gave you opportunities. Quinyon Mitchell was playing great. Your defense was playing great. And you have Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, and Saquon Barkley. And there's zero creativity in that offense. And it's kind of like looking like it now, like that. You know what? Um, the other head coach seems to be in a little hot water recently because that is not the performance you want to put up. You're at home and you get 2 turnovers. You should have won that game. Your defense, if I was on the defense of the Eagles, I would have been pissed. Of course, And then we come to the final game of yesterday, Chargers Patriots. This one was, after all of the drama and finagling of the last couple of games, we finally got a boring one in Super Wild Card Weekend. The Chargers 3, Patriots 16. It was just really a defensive battle. And credit to um, the Chargers defense. That was a damn impressive showing. For what they were dealt, it kind of felt very similar to how uh, the Eagles were play, like kind of how the Eagles were playing. It just kind of felt like the offense didn't give the defense any breaks whatsoever. It was like the defense was like, yeah, we forced X amount of punts. Can we get a break, please? We got a fumble. We got a turnover. Can you do something to help us out? Right? Drake May didn't play terrible. He didn't play great either. 17 for 29, 268 yards, a touchdown, a pick, and he took 5 sacks. On the other hand, Justin Herbert went 19 for 31, 159 yards, and took 6. That offensive line is a fucking joke. And I get it. They were banged up the entire damn time, but it's like there was no like Omarion Hampton goes out. It just was a shit performance. You fly 3,000 miles for 3 points. That, that's just unacceptable. I mean, it's not necessary. Like, I don't blame like Jim Harbaugh. I don't blame like it's the injury bug, and sometimes that shit happens, right? But you got to be better. Like, it really is. It's ugly, and I will kind of defend Justin Herbert. Yes, people are like, "Oh my gosh, he can't win in the postseason. 0-3 in the postseason." I was like, well, you know who also started 0-3 in the postseason was Peyton Manning. And if you look at the stats, Justin Herbert has a little bit better than Peyton Manning in that timeline. I know it's quite the it's a little bit of a reach, and it's hard to defend the guy who literally has a 75 passer rating. So it's yikes. It was just bad. Ugly, ugly, ugly football. And then tonight, in Aaron Rodgers' final game, probably, the Steelers 6, Texans 30. A lot like the score isn't really indicative and doesn't really show really what happened because this game neither offense could fucking do anything. CJ Stroud was dropping the ball like it was a hot pocket that he just brought out the microwave. It's like ha ha ha. Like he looked really bad. And if it was not for this Texans defense being lights out, they would have been in deep shit because they were ugh, it was ugly. Um I think how many fumbles did he have? I want to look up exactly cuz he had how many fumbles? CJ Stroud fumbles. Cuz he had not lost a fumble all season. And it was just like the ball was slipping out of his paws. Snaps, different things. He threw a nasty, ugly pick in the red zone. This was not. I don't like everybody see. You'll see the score if you didn't watch the game, and you just look at the score. It's like, wow, Houston dominated. And like, no, Houston's defense dominated. They had a lot. They had 2 defensive touchdowns in the fourth quarter, forcing a fumble on Aaron Rodgers, picking it up and scoop and score. And then Aaron Rodgers is probably the last pass of his career threw a pick 6. And like it was, they were in a must pass situation. The Texans were just like licking their chops. They are an absolute fucking dangerous team. I noted something about them. Um, but yeah, Where did I take? I took some notes down. Um, they're like, here's some descriptors for you: smothering, relentless, like sharks with the scent of blood and water. That's the Texans' defense. Plain and simple. They are just Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter. These guys are fucking dogs. They need a nickname because they were insane. They need a nickname. They need something like the Legion of Boom. That's kind of what they feel like. And I, as a Patriots fan, I am fucking scared because they looked really good in this game. Um, uh, the only thing that gives me a little bit of comfort is, yeah, in the first half, um, I wrote this down. The Texans had 3 fumbles and lost 2 of them. CJ Stroud was on the receiving end of was part of those 3 fumbles. I think he lost another one and then threw a pick. So this was CJ Stroud did not play well at all. And like the Steelers just couldn't run the football. It was just bad. It was really bad. Um, Looking ahead to the divisional round, so if we take a peek at it here, we got Broncos Bills on first thing Saturday. Then we got Seahawks Niners, and then Sunday we start off with Texans Patriots, and then we finish off the night with Bears Rams. Um, this is gonna be fun. This is I like the meme absolute cinema. This has been absolute freaking cinema. Let me see what I can get. So I think I already talked about the Bears Rams, but I think it's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be a shootout. Um, I like the weather for the Bears. I like the home field advantage for the Bears. Both defense, like I think Colston Loveland and Puka Nacua will have a massive fucking day against both of these defense. Neither of them can cover a fucking I don't know. They can cover a bed with a sheet. Like it's really bad. Um, the special teams of the Rams is my biggest worry. And anyway, Bills Broncos. I wrote down for Bills Broncos my thoughts. Josh Allen. That's it. That's the key. Yeah, Mile High Stadium is an advantage for the Broncos. Their defense is great. Blah blah blah. Josh Allen. I said the same thing about the Jags. I was like, whoa, the Jags have a great defense. They're well coached. They're gonna blah blah blah. And what happened? They lost. I genuinely think it's like I doubted this team. I doubted the Bills, and I was wrong. And I really don't want to be wrong again. And I think they could win the whole fucking thing if Josh Allen plays like that. He is Superman. He is a god amongst gods. He's different. He's just different. And then Texans Patriots. Jeez. No, wait, hold on. No, my bad. 49ers Seahawks. We saw this game previously in week 17. I like the Seahawks just having they're gonna be a little rust. I feel like they're gonna be a little rusty starting off, but um it is just it's they're just better. And I think especially without George Kittle, I don't think the Niners are gonna be able to produce as much offense as they'd like. Just enough to win this game. I just think the Seahawks defense is just too damn debilitating. And I just don't think they lose at home. Anyway, moving on, Texans Patriots. The last game I'm going to talk about. I'm terrified. Genuinely. Fucking scared. like shitting my like I might lose sleep over this thing because what I saw the Texans do tonight, yeah, Aaron Rodgers can't necessarily move, and the Steelers' offense is not as good as the Patriots. I am still, they were so fucking good. They were really fucking good. I think what the Patriots need to do to win is they need to take advantage of CJ Stroud. They need to get turnovers and they need to get a special teams score. They need like a special teams like stop or like a special teams like score on that, like essentially. Where it's like, oh, we made it a little easier for you. We took it back and scored a touchdown, like Marcus Jones, punt return touchdown, something like that. Because if it doesn't, it's going to look a lot similar to what happened tonight. And that's not going to be good. I already talked about Rams Bears. Oh boy, what a week. What a wild experience. We got some more stuff coming out for you guys, but thank you guys. Peace out.